Hello, that's not right at all. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hardcore Heroes, the show where apparently I forgot that I changed my overlays and didn't move everything around to match. That's fine. Hey, look at that. Much better. We today have NordinDutch as our auditionee. I don't know if that's the right term to use. But for those of you that don't know what Hardcore Heroes is, it is the new D&D show that's coming up on my channel. That's going to be, well, as the name implies, fairly difficult on the players. Yeah. It's the sort of game where if you hit 0 HP, your character's dead. There's no coming back. I mean, I guess in theory you could revive someone, but that's like a 9th level cleric spell. And then on top of that, the player is off the show and just gone. So, going to be rough. Plenty of other difficult, brutal rules in the system, but we'll get there eventually. Now we're just doing auditions, and as I said before, we have NordinDutch here with us. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello, I'm Nordin, I'm Dutch, speaks for itself. Other than that, I've played D&D for 3 years now, and watched the Koibu Neil for probably 3 years, since it was still the role-play D&D back then, so it's quite a long time.
Quite a while.
And now I'm here, and I'm going to die to the hands of the great Neil.
Well, not everyone dies. Only 3 out of the 4 have died so far.
My chances are not great.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what you roll. Why don't we actually start off with stat rolling?
Yay.
3d6 down the line, no perception.
3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow.
8, 13, 11, 10, 7, 5. Well, you broke the streak of extraordinarily good rolls. Someone had to. I hope you enjoy them.
I was so hoping hard that it was not me. Let's see what we can do with that.
So,
I was thinking of a fighter, so maybe that's a fun idea.
So for those of you that are just watching this one and haven't seen any of the previous, everyone else has had amazing stats. I think the first guy had 2 15s and a 16. Next person had like a 17. Then we had another couple of 15s, then like a 15 and a 17, but also a 3. So we've had some very nice mixed stats. This is unusually low, or I guess typically low, but unusual for what we've had so far.
Yes. So, I'm just going for trying to make a fun character because I cannot make a good character. So, I'm going to be a halfling fighter.
Okay.
Let's see if we get 13 in strength, my 11 in dexterity, and the 10 in constitution. Let's see. Let's put the 8 in charisma, the 5 in wisdom, and the 7 in intelligence.
Do you say halfling fighter?
Halfling fighter.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, makes for some interesting roleplay. Or are there gnomes in this one?
Yeah.
Yes. That will be no. Gnome are always my favorite.
Ooh.
Other than that was pretty much very quick ability scores. And the next part. We already... Wait, do we roll for max HP or do we just take the D10?
Please roll.
Oh. Let this one be better.
Give me a 1.
Okay. It's
right.
okay. Okay.
It's survivable. For now.
Yeah. AC starts at 10. That doesn't matter. My alignment. Let's be something fun, something good. But let's just be neutral. Very good. Lawful neutral. My sheet is fucking up. Okay, let's do that later. Let's see. All that fills in itself, so that's pretty nice. Save some time. I don't have the thief skill, so that's handy. And then we get to the secondary skill, I believe. Here we are. Let's roll for that one too. And that ship is getting really loud.
The ship is loud.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Let's see. 2023. I'm a gambler. Good. Good. It's only getting louder.
I haven't done anything to it. In fact,
Oh,
interesting. I can turn it down for you.
yeah.
Is that better?
I could almost not hear you on my side. So that was getting...
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Okay. Let's carry on to the inventory. How much money do I roll? Let's see. 5d4 times 10. Okay, it cannot be worse than the 20 from last time. Or when was it? The second time?
Oh, yeah, the 2 1s. That was
Yeah.
bad.
It's still pretty bad. 3 1s.
Yeah, that's terrible. For fighters. Wow. Fighters usually start with like 120. Is that right? You need...
The average would be 60. No, not 60.
No.
50? No,
No, it's 120 is
100.
average. 120.
120.
Yeah.
Well, I got 80, so I'm not average, but we already knew that.
Alright.
Everything will be bought probably. So we'll get some clothing first. Are the breeches still 2 gold?
The breeches are still 2 gold, but you can just start with normal pants. You don't need to go
Good.
buy fancy clothing. You can be considered to have started with the clothes on your back.
Alright. Just normal clothes and
Normal
a big ass hat.
Yeah.
Hat is important. A very tall hat, so my gnome looks a bit taller.
What type of hat? Is it a pointy hat?
No, well, let's see. We have a beautiful picture for that here.
Is it a garden gnome hat?
Let's say it's one like this one.
Ah, okay. A fancy bard hat.
Yes, fancy bard hat.
Nice.
Hat. Cap hat. It's only 1 silver.
Nice. Is the ship still super loud?
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's so weird. Because I can barely hear it at all.
Yeah, I'll just turn it down a bit on my side. Because that's just weird.
Yeah, super weird.
And because I'm a fighter, let's get a sword scabbard.
What type of sword are you buying?
I'm a gnome, so I'm pretty small, so probably short swords.
Okay.
Short swords or scimitar. One or the other. Let's see what's better. Scimitar. Yes, the curved, beautiful sword. Let's see. We have sword scabbard is 4 gold. Fucking expensive, but hey.
Your sword comes with a scabbard.
Oh,
There's no reason the scabbard should be more than the sword. The two can just come together.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because that would... So that's 15 gold. But it's better. What else? Let's get a backpack. A gnome-sized backpack. Do we have anything else important? Let's get some rope, because that turns out to always be important. So what's the difference between hemp and silk again?
Hemp is heavier and cheap. Silk is light and expensive.
It's a tough choice. Well, just get... can I also buy 25 feet instead of 50 feet?
Yes, just cut the price in half and you're good to go.
Alright. That's... Here, it's 1 gold, so that will be 5 silver. Great. Maybe a tent. I only need a small one, so that's good.
Okay. Would you read off your stats again for me, please?
Strength 13,
Mm-hmm.
Dex 11, Constitution 10, Intelligence 7, Wisdom 5, and Charisma 8.
But you're a gnome. Doesn't that change your int and something?
Yes. I totally forgot about it. It's all in the beginning. In the beginning. I don't know. +1 intelligence, -1 wisdom. Wow.
-1 wisdom?
Yeah.
I would not have expected that.
No.
I thought it was going to be like con or strength or something.
Yep. I'm just a really buff gnome. I'm as white as I am long.
Yeah.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, there's some weird things in this book.
Well.
Like the pants that cost 2 gold. Really weird. Oh, yeah, the tent. I was busy with the tent.
Yeah. I guess I could see pants being kind of expensive. They're difficult to make. If you need pants that are going to survive a lot of things, and it has to be stitched by hand, and that's a lot of fabric. And you want to make sure that it's like fitting to the person, because they're not just like catch-all pants produced by children in other countries and shipped around. It's John down the street, and he's got to make a living, so you got to pay a shit ton for your pants.
John. That damn John. Let's get a water clock. Only 1,000 gold. Yeah, whetstone maybe. That's the last thing of that. I don't have any more space in my inventory. I probably do, but that doesn't matter. Let's see, armor. I just can choose any armor as fighter, right? Should be.
Any armor that you can afford.
That's not a lot. Not a lot. And is there any point in taking a helmet? Because they are on the list, but...
armor comes with helmets of whatever kind. So if you buy some chainmail, it comes with the chainmail colif. If you would like a heavier duty helmet, you can buy a heavier duty helmet than that.
Yeah. I just go for a studded leather because that's the best I can afford. I'm a poor gnome. Very poor gnome. Let's see. Let's put the armor there. Studded leather. Maybe a shield. Yeah. I only have 1 weapon, so a shield would be handy. I'm in a small little gnome, so I take the buckler. Yes.
I think we might actually use helmet rules for this show, now that you mention it. I've never played with them, but it makes more sense, rather than assuming that everyone in chainmail is wearing a chainmail colif all the time. I think we will make people buy helmets. Not for now, but next time around. It's a good call.
It's only 1 gold today. No, I did not do that yet.
You just made life a lot harder for everyone else. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, I like to do that.
Good.
It's my GM's instinct. But, that's pretty much all my items. I have to do my AC, but first I'm gonna let that cat out the room, otherwise it's going to whine a lot.
Ooh. I think that's a frying pan on his wall.
Yes, okay. And I'm back. The cat's gone. I put my book here. Started ladder and a shield. It's 6 AC, so that would be 14, right? If you do it.
Yes.
Shieldless would be 13. Do we have any guts? Gods. Deities.
Yeah. Here in the Zoom chat is your list of deities, if you so desire.
Yeah. Create a god. Or neutral. Ordered evil. Does ordered mean like lawful?
Yeah, I just use ordered instead of lawful because lawful is a poor word choice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to follow Aster because he's order, law, and mill. That's all I like. Let's give him a name. I'm going to Google gnome names.
Are you in a
let's-
kitchen?
I'm not in the kitchen.
There's a frying pan on your wall.
Yes, I'm living on my own and I don't have any space in the kitchen, so I have it there.
Okay. That seems reasonable.
Yeah, if anybody ever breaks in, I can smack him on the head with the pen. Okay, the first name that comes up is Billowfinkel Overspark.
Ooh.
Weird name, but let's go with it. What else do we have to do? Put a weapon in here. Weapon sets are kind of handy. The name is Scimitar, Destroyer of Worlds. And the SM and L damage, that's for small creatures and large creatures, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I never did that wrong, that's good. Good to know. It's both 1d8. Still rather not fight a giant today, but...
Well, I think gnomes get bonuses against giants anyway. I think you get
not penalties.
No, I think you get plus 40 your armor class against giants. Something like that.
Okay, so let's fight a giant today.
Well.
Do we have the slashing and piercing damage rules for today or not?
We will use standard slashing and piercing. No. I'm not sure which rules you're referring to. Are you referring to armor variations?
Yeah, there's some armor variation there.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll play with those, because that sounds like fun, but...
yeah, it's hard to keep track of sometimes.
Yeah. Are those even in the player's handbook, or are those...
I believe they are. They are somewhere in the back.
Yes.
Blowgun. Oh, let's take a blowgun as well. To get something on range. We have how many darts? Needles. Wow, that's not a lot of damage.
Nope. But you do get 3 attacks per round, so that's pretty sweet.
Isn't that only after you, as a fighter, got to after a certain level?
Ooh, is that actually a specialization thing that gives you 3 per round?
I don't think it's specialization, but you need to be a certain level to do a certain amount of attacks per round.
I don't think so. I think you get extra attacks per round as you level up.
Let's see. Here says warrior melee attacks per round. Well, it's melee, so range is probably different then.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's fine then. Let's take some barbed darts. 10 of them. It's gonna be enough for today. And the blowgun itself is 5 gold, so that will be 29 gold left. And then only have to add it to the list of weapons. It's 1d3 and 1d2. Size is large. The speed is 5. Type is piercing. And the weight is 2. Okay, that's that. And I think I don't have any spells. I do get languages, so how are the rules on languages? It was you did the normal languages, the
You
one that comes with the race.
Yeah, so you can speak Gnomish and Common, no problem. If you want to know
Okay.
anything else, if you've got the intelligence for it, you just have to work it into your backstory.
I get one more language. So I have Gnomish. I have Common. And I have Infernal. No, not Infernal. Draconic. Just for the hell of it. We'll get some story from that. Let's see. And then I'm looking for the charts with our special length rolls. Always fun.
Wait, how many languages did you pick?
I have one extra, so that's the Draconic that I chose.
Okay. So you should actually probably take Common as your one because you get the language of your people, whatever that is, gnome.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
no Draconic. Okay,
Yeah.
that's easier for background, but yeah, it's fine. My height in inches. Are 1d6 plus 38. Wow, 39 inches. How long is that in feet?
That is what is it? 3 feet and 3 inches, so just about a meter.
3 feet. I'm just gonna round it down to 1 meter. Easier for me.
Okay.
That's very short.
Quite short indeed.
It's about belly height. And my weight 60 plus 3 minus age. Well, let's go for age then. 3d12, quite a lot. Plus 60 is 76. I'm an old fellow. Maybe not for gnome, but for humans, certainly. Gender is male. Weight is... Oh, that's higher. 72 plus 1, 54. Are 72 plus 5d4. 83. I get a lot of ones today.
A lot of ones.
That's pounds, right?
Let's just hope
Yeah.
the ones stick to character generation and not combat.
Well, unless we're using the book rules, then ones are only better.
Well, until you start making attacks.
Okay, true. Let's not get into any fights. Let's give him red hair. He's a beautiful redhead. He's got beautiful gray eyes. Nah, let's make it blue. And he's black. No, white. I believe that's it for character creation, or I forgot something. Description, personality. Okay. So, are we set in Solemn again, or are we set in just generic worlds?
It doesn't matter. If we're set,
Okay.
if it's somewhere in Solomon, it'll be on the continent of Arcadia, the new area I've been working on.
Okay.
But it doesn't make a difference for this purpose.
Okay, let's say my gnome is a sailor. What was the name again? It was a very long one. Billowfinkel. Billowfinkel is a sailor from the continent of Arcadia, home of the Great Penny Arcade. He was a sailor for a pirate captain, but now he is stuck in a port. I don't know the map out of my head, so I cannot name a port, but that's up to you.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Now stuck in a port after his captain died. He bought a sword and is now seeking to explore the world. Ta-da. Okay, did you get all of that?
I'll just ask you when you're done with everything to give me a quick overview of your background and everything.
Okay, contacts and friends. Let's generate some more gnome names. I never knew gnome names were so weird.
Well, they're strange little creatures. Think of them as like Belgians. You know, those strange little people over there that you don't really know what to do with.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Nobody can understand him. Nobody. As a thief. No. Yeah, that's a bit weird. But okay. I just have one contact because the others are all dead. Enemies. I shall not have an enemy. Alcohol. Alcohol is my enemy. Flaws, personality, and traits that come later. I think this is pretty much ready to go.
Cool. So, give me a quick back overview of your character, what your background is, and just what you have on yourself.
A quick overview. Okay, my character, he was a sailor for a pirate captain, an unnamed one. He was deckhand. He's got used to using weapons for and boarding other parties, other ships. And so he got a bit of muscle, bit of dexterity, but he's stupid as fuck. Wisdom, not very wise, not very wise. I think for a gnome he's pretty young even, so that might have something to do with it. He has a big pimple. How do you call them?
Moles,
Just
boils.
moles. A big mole on his cheek.
Mhm.
It's about as big as his nose. It reduces charisma a bit, but he isn't bothered by it. He's strong in it, and since he left his pirate captain, he just landed in the port. His enemy became alcohol because he became a drunk. He had no other skills than working on a ship, and has now decided to buy a scimitar tent, a blowgun because he thought that would be useful, and a backpack. Maybe I already mentioned that. And he's ready to set out into the world and maybe do something else than drink in every tavern he finds.
Okay.
He also still has 29 gold on him.
Hmm. Um,
Do you
So
want
what
to?
is his objective? What is he here to do? Is he just hanging out?
He was first hanging out, and then he got his stuff together to walk into the wilderness. Maybe fight someone, find a purpose.
Okay.
He does not know what his purpose is now, so that's why.
Cool.
His goal is to find his purpose.
Where's my notebook? And what sort of gear do you have on you?
The studded leather armor, the blowgun with 10 barbed darts, a very beautiful hat, a scimitar and a buckler, a backpack containing a hemp rope, a small tent, and a whetstone.
Nice. I like that you bought a tent.
Yes.
And sleeping outside kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Cool.
Especially as a gnome.
Yeah.
You get confused for big logs to sleep on, to sit on, all the time.
Not very fun.
No.
Okay, I think I actually even have a map for us if I take just a moment.
Yeah.
Come on. Loading. Here we go. Well, I guess we don't really need a map. There's not even a way to show it to chat right now.
No.
But here you go. We can use this temporary map. You are in Stoneport. It is a town on the kind of southwestern side. I guess it's the middle of the south side of the Kingdom of Farnelia. To the north of it is kind of an open plains. North and northeast is a large forest that contains the heart of the kingdom. The plains extend northwest for maybe 100 miles or so. Is that right? Yeah, 100 miles or so. This town is noted for its, as you might have guessed, large stone port. There are many ships about, and yeah. Where are you at the start of our little adventure?
He's probably still in the tavern, looking through his backpack to see if he got everything he thinks he needs for his journey.
Okay. Well, you're hanging out in a tavern. It is a fairly ruckus place filled with other sailors that are like-minded. You've got an exotic half-elf dancer in kind of the middle of the area. Actually, I take it back. She's on the bar itself. And I say she's exotic in that she's a half-elf, not that she's an exotic dancer. My mistake there. So there's a half-elf dancing on... It's a little loud. There's a half-elf dancing up on the bar. People are ordering drinks and generally having a good time.
Right.
The place is pretty busy, lots of sailors, so pretty ruckus too.
Yeah. Okay. So, in this tavern, are there any bards?
Yeah, there's a bard who is playing and singing in the back.
Okay. So when he's done, I want to talk to him when he's done with his music.
Sure. Takes a little
In the
while for him
meantime-
to finish up his set. What were you doing in the meantime?
In the meantime, I'm getting some ale.
Okay.
I'm trying to quit, but not that fast.
All right. So you're having a couple of drinks. It takes him another 15 or 20 minutes to finish his set. He leaves it with kind of I'll see you guys in a little bit. Just going to go get something to drink and maybe a little bit of food. And he pushes his way through the crowd, ending up maybe a few people over from you at the bar.
Okay, so I walk up to him and ask, "Hey, little Bart, what race was he?
Human. He's like twice your height.
Yeah, so I'm just standing down at the bar stool and looking up to him and saying, hey, Mr. Bart.
Oh, another fan? Hi, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well. It's going well. I was wondering, do you know of any stories about this beautiful area that you could tell, maybe?
Oh, I've got a whole bunch of them. Let me get some food and I'll get back up on stage and I'll sing a song about the great hero Desmond.
All right. And I'm just going back to my stool, climbing up on top of it, doing my best. using my muscles, just lifting myself up on it, and then get another drink.
Okay. It's pretty important for you to keep your stool, since as a gnome, people kind of just don't take you seriously. They'll push you
Yeah,
around and ignore you, and
yeah,
they kind of treat you almost like a cat or a dog that's just in the
yeah,
bar. Oh, put
yeah.
those things underfoot, whatever. Um, the bard eventually goes back to his song a little bit later and tells about this tale of Desmond. Desmond the Dashing, this wonderful warrior who fought off the kobold invasion of blah blah blah, who went and freed the princess of something something something, who climbed the mountain and battled the frost giant on top of it in order to save the town of blah blah blah. You know, he just goes on and talks about this guy and all of his great adventures.
Okay. Does it
When,
tell anything about where that guy ended up?
yes, he ended up in a town north of here called Bergshire. It is about 50 miles north of here, if as the crow flies.
Yeah.
But if you
So,
were trying to get there, it would probably be more like 60 miles.
so how long would it take on foot? As a
For a
gnome.
gnome, gnomes can go 12 miles in a day, so it'd take you about 5 days.
And if I took a ship to Bonme and from there on follow the river to Berkshire.
Well, you could get to Bonme in. On a good day, you could probably get there in a day. If there's a good ship, like a quick traveling ship could get you to Bonme in a day. And then up the river will take roughly a day upriver. Maybe a day and a half upriver, and then by road, if you're a
Well,
gnome.
I see that little river going all the way to Berkshire. So is that not traversable? Is it too small for that?
Usually, no, the boats get off at the road up here. So there's the
Okay.
river that goes up. They get off at the boat, or the boats drop off there. You might be able to find someone who'll take you up all the way up the river, but that would be like a private enterprise. That would be a specific person that you hire to take you the whole way, rather than one of these big cargo or transport ships that'll take most people.
Okay. So how late in the day is it?
We can start at the beginning of the day. You just got off your ship this morning. It arrived in port last early morning, like 4 in the morning. So it's about 9 now.
9. Okay. And is the bar is still very full? Okay, so a lot of alcoholics. Okay, good. When I go to the port, are there many ships there?
Many ships. I think the whole route from Stoneport to Bergshire, if you go by ship, will also take you 5 days, because you got to go pretty far out of your way to get to Bonme. However, it'll probably be a little bit safer because you'll be going by sea and then by river for most of it, meaning you only have like 2 days, maybe 2.5 days of overland travel instead of 5 days of overland travel.
Yeah. And considering it's a road, you probably you pass by far less creatures on the road. Okay, so I'm just going to look in the bay, in the port, for a ship that goes to Bonme and possibly directly to Berkshire.
Perfect. Not that hard to find. You've got barkers of all kinds calling out destinations, and you quickly come across a ship that is heading out pretty soon. It's leaving in the next half hour. The last of the supplies are being loaded up, and there's one last frantic barker shouting, "Leaving to Bonme! 20 minutes! Bonme, 20 minutes! After that, we're headed down to blah, 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 and then on to..."
Okay, I walk up to him. Does he see me?
He does. He squats down and kind of gives you one of those, "Well, how there? How you doing there, little guy? Are you looking to get on this ship?" Kind of patronizing, treating you like a child almost.
I slap him in the face and say, I'm a paying customer. If you treat me well.
Give me a roll to hit. I'll give you a surprise on that. D20
So
plus 1.
that's D20 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom! You whack him in the face, super solid. He actually lands on his butt. His eyes blink wide. And he goes, "Yes, sir. I'm terribly sorry. Of course you are. Right this way. Right this way." And he leads you onto the ship, letting you kind of take the lead, and calls out a few
Yeah.
more times over his shoulder. He
Okay.
sends you up
So,
the gangplank. Another sailor takes care of you there. He says that it'll be to Bonme. It's 1 gold to get to Bonme.
okay. Since I got a lot of gold, I pay it to him. I take off my head, and there's a pouch inside of the head. And from there on, I take a piece of gold and give it to him, and I put the head back on.
He gives you a strange smile, but thanks you and shows you to your quarters. You're sleeping. You're in a bunk room with a few other people. You all have hammocks. Someone has to be rearranged so that you can get to the bottom hammock.
All right.
But it's done.
Okay. What kind of people are in this room?
There is
Any,
a
any...
husband and wife traveling with their infant child. There is a drunken priest babbling on about how the fires will come and sweep us all away one day. And if you're not a person of faith, and if you're not blah blah blah, fire and brimstone, and just where you're all gonna die. All of us are sinners, and you need to repent. And the fires of damnation are coming.
Does he have a big sign on him saying the end is nigh?
No, he doesn't, unfortunately. He must be on his way to get it.
Okay, that's it. That's there. Nobody of my level. None of my height.
No.
Okay.
Actually, gnomes are incredibly uncommon in this part of the world.
Okay.
Maybe not incredibly uncommon, but there's definitely not a lot of gnomes around. There's a big gnomish isle to the west, a little ways, and that's where most of the gnomes live. They don't typically come to the mainland, but you are one of the few.
Okay. Also no halflings or dwarves.
Not in the bunk, but you did see a halfling climbing up the mast earlier.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna set up my bunk. Just put my backpack there. Gonna lay in the hammock, and can we say that I took a pitcher of ale with me from the tavern?
Sure. Chip out another 3 silver for the pitcher of ale.
Okay. And I'm just starting to pour that into a mug and start drinking. 3 silver, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So I'm just drinking until the ship leaves, and then I'm still going to drink, and then I fall asleep until about the evening, probably.
You drink yourself to sleep, wake up as the ship is making port. You wake up to the people kind of moving around and getting off. You see that what little ale you had left in the pitcher before you passed out is gone. The priest is getting up and kind of stumbling out. He seems less drunk and more hungover right about now.
Okay, so I grab my backpack, put it on my back, put my head back on because it probably fell off in my sleep. And then I walk up to the priest and push him a bit, say, "How are you doing, priest? Are you having a good day? Having a good day?" Just annoying him a bit.
Have you repented? Have you embraced the truth of the fire elementals? They will consume us all one day. You see the sun? That's a fire elemental gone wrong. It's not Illumis. And he just babbles at you until you run away or walk away. Or
well, before I run away, say, "Well, Astaire will save us all from it. He will save us. Don't worry."
He calls after you. Astaire is a fiction. Astaire is a false god. Don't believe him.
Okay, so we are walking off the plank into the port, right? There's water underneath?
Yes.
I'm just subtly, I believe that's the right word, try to sweep him off so he falls into the water.
Make me a dexterity check if you're trying to do it subtly and just like place your foot in a way that he's gonna knock off. 17, not quite good enough. You give him a little bit of a shove, but he's wobbling already, and he wobbles towards you as you shove towards him, and you just end up bumping into a brick wall. He mutters something, "I'm sorry," and goes down the gangplank. You are in Bonme. If you want
And
to
it's
head to
evening.
Bergshire, it is not difficult to find a boat there, although none of them will leave this morning or this
Yeah, I
evening.
thought so. So, how late will it be? Like 9 p.m.?
They left at 10, so it's actually pretty late. It's like 11 or 12 in the evening.
Okay. Uh, at this time of day, you probably can hear the tavern pretty easily from a
Mm-hmm.
distance.
Absolutely.
So I'm heading there.
All right. You step into the tavern. It's kind of like every other tavern you've been to. After a while, they all blend together. This has a bunch of sailors hanging out. Most of them are pretty drunk. It's late. People tend to go to bed a little early since there's no electricity and no lights.
Mhm.
So you're confronted with lots of drunken sailors, some tired barmaids, and some kind of exhausted bartenders.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm just gonna walk up to the bartender and ask for a room.
He sets it up for you, nods in the direction of the night watchman who comes over. You guys meet. It is 3 silver for the room, 5 silver if you want room and food, and that's that.
I probably hadn't had food in a few hours, so let's take the food with it.
Cool.
Is it breakfast or is it dinner?
Breakfast and dinner.
Oh yeah, that 5 silver is definitely worth it.
Hmm.
So I pay it. Uh, did I bring the dinner to my bedroom?
Yes, if you
Or
would like.
okay, let's do that then. Does the dinner come with ale as well?
No, it does not. It comes with water.
Okay, so I ask for 1 extra silver to replace it with a big mug of ale.
They bring you a pitcher of ale for
Alright.
one.
Cheaper than the last port.
Well, the last place you left with the pitcher, so they
Okay,
charge you a
true,
little extra
true.
for the glassware.
Alright, so I'm just starting to drink, eat, and fall asleep again.
Cool. Eat, drink, fall asleep, wake up the next morning.
And then start eating, but this time no drinking.
No drinking.
Because
Well,
we still have to find a way to Bergshire.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I eat my breakfast. Walk up to the bartender and says, "You've done a good job. Very good food. Very good food." And I'm just shouting that while my head is under the counter. He's probably not even seeing me.
What? Eventually, there's someone leans over and is like, "Oh, thank you. Are you staying another night?"
No, I'm not staying another night, but I want you to have the silver. And I just hand him a silver, and I walk away.
Thank you, little master. He calls as you disappear.
And I just walk out of the tavern with a smile on my face after he said that. And then I'm just heading back to the port to find another ship. This one going to the roads or to Berkshire,
Okay.
depending on which I find first.
Mhm. So you can find in Bonme there are ships heading upriver pretty easily. You notice that the ships are kind of like Viking longship type things. They're
Yes.
very shallow. They're very long. They have lots of rowers that all have collars around their necks, indicating that they are slaves. And there's room for a little cargo. They do not have any sails, so these are slightly different than typical
Yeah.
longships.
Okay. Okay. Luckily, I am small, so I probably can fit in the cargo.
Hmm.
So I'm just heading up there and ask, is the guy that's shouting out? Is there a guy shouting out?
Yeah, yeah. You can find a
Okay.
couple of ships.
I'm just heading up to him again and probably waiting for him to bow down again to my level.
Sure. He comes back, bows down, squats down next to you. Actually, he gets on one knee and says, "Hey, are you looking to head upriver?
Yes, yes. How far can you take me?
We can take you to the road.
All right. What can I find at the road? Is there a tavern there, maybe?
There's a rather large bridge at the road. We'll drop you off just on the other side of the bridge, and on either side of the bridge is a tavern and a little. I wouldn't quite call it a town or even a village, but there's a little scene there for travelers.
All right. How much do you ask for that?
Well, normally we charge a gold to get up there for travelers, but you're half size, so we'll charge you half a gold.
Right. So I again take off my hat, grab out silver, and hand over to him.
Thank you.
Well, I hand out over gold and say, let the next gnome be free. To
He thanks you and assures you that that will happen.
all right. And I probably is this a different kind of bunk?
No, there's no
Or,
bunk. You're kind of in an open
oh,
area, and you're just going to sit on a
oh,
bench the whole time.
okay. Any other passengers?
Yes, it takes another hour for everyone to get settled. There's a bunch of cargo in baskets and boxes and barrels and sacks. No loose cargo at all, and there are a few other passengers. It looks like 4 humans are coming along.
Mm-hmm. How are these humans dressed?
It's the same priest from before, actually,
Mm-hmm.
and the other people they look like travelers of kinds. One of them has armor and a sword. The others they don't look like peasants, but they also don't look like nobles. There may be some sort of, I wouldn't call them merchants, but maybe scribes or some sort of
Oh,
profession.
all right. Okay. So I head up to the priest again. Is he still hungover or drunk?
He is recently drunk.
Recently drunk.
Yes, and he is carrying with him a small keg as well.
Mm-hmm. So literally just a keg he's holding on his arm, or
Mhm.
does he? Is it a little bit more subtle?
No, it's just a keg underneath his arm. It's very just, whoop, I'm here with the keg.
Okay. So when he's before I talking to him, where is he sitting down? Sitting down next to me, on a different bench.
In front of you, one bench in front of you. There's room next to him for you if you want to sit.
Okay, I'm gonna sit next to him and ask him. So how are you doing, priest?
Hold on. Yeah. Oh, it's another gnome.
Another
There's
gnome
so
in the
many of you
same.
these days. I saw another one of you folks back on the boat from Stoneport. But he
Uh,
was a godless heathen. That son of a bitch. I bet you're a smarter one, huh? You do
yeah,
realize the elementals control everything.
of course. The elementals, it's all their fault. All their fault.
Their fault.
All their fault.
Their glory is more like it. They've created the world. They've created the seasons. They create the sun and the moon. The
They created the
elementals.
chaos. They created the monsters.
They created life and beauty and art, and they'll destroy it all if we don't all convert and repent for our sins.
Mm-hmm. Does he have any kind of holy symbol on
He
him?
does. He has a small glass, kind of teardrop shaped something that looks like there's a flickering light inside of it. It almost looks like there's a small fire burning inside of it, but if so, it's magical because there's no air, there's no fuel. It's just this little glass teardrop.
Of course, of course. Okay, and am I sitting next to the keg or on the other side of him?
You're sitting on his right side.
And does he have the keg
Oh,
in
yes, I
between
see.
us?
The keg is now seated in between his legs.
Okay, so I'm just gonna ask, do you have a drink? And we'll talk about the greatness of the elementals.
He acquiesces, and you guys have a drink.
We have a drink. I'm not drinking as much as he is. I'm just waiting for him to pass out.
Makes sense. The journey takes more or less the rest of the day. He doesn't pass out at any point. He does get a little sick and pukes overboard after a
Okay.
while.
When he's doing that, I want to grab his keg. Is there anything left in it?
Yes, there's actually quite a bit left in it.
Okay, I want to try this as quick as possible. I don't know how long he's puking, but I want to take his keg and throw it overboard on the other side. Most likely.
Um, okay, well, you toss it over. Let's see if anyone notices. Probably, because you got to walk over to the side of the boat and toss it over. There's a guy in the back and a guy in the front of the boat. They'd clearly see you.
Mm-hmm.
How do they feel about this? The guy in the front doesn't give a shit. The guy in the back, As you go up to toss the keg over, he calls out, "Hey, hey, you!" But the keg
Uh,
goes over, unless you would rather not.
no, I just throw it over, and as quick as I can, I just grab it off my head, grab another silver, and try to toss it at him. That guy.
The silver lands at his feet. He picks it up, looks over to the priest who's still puking, shrugs, gives you a wave.
All right. So go sit next back. I'm going to sit next to the priest again when he's done puking.
Yeah. He comes back a few minutes later, and actually takes him about maybe an hour to realize that his keg is missing. It must be one of those out of sight, out of mind things.
Yeah. Does he say anything about it?
Yeah, after a little while, he's like, "Huh, where'd my keg go?" And he starts looking under benches, seeing if it rolled around. He starts asking people nearby, "Did anyone see my keg?" And the slaves are silent and rowing.
When he starts asking people, I'm just saying, it might be the elementals that are punishing you for your sinful behavior.
Sinful behavior?
Man of faith should not
Nonsense!
get drunk.
The world's a cruel place. Everyone has their vices. This is my only vice. I am a holy man. I am sure the fire elementals understand.
Yeah. If you're a holy man, then I'm holier than thou.
I don't like the way you're talking to me, little guy. You're just as bad as that other gnome. All you gnomes are pieces of trash. The earth elementals will bury you under your mountain one day.
We gnomes are not from the mountains, we're from the hills.
Well, I know that. The mountains are going to collapse and bury you in your hills. Don't tell me about gnomes. I know more about gnomes than you ever could. Listen here, you little pipsqueak.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of gets runs over and pukes off the side of the ship again.
Okay. Well, he's puking again. Is there any dwarf on the ship?
No,
Humans? Probably enough humans.
all humans except for you.
Are there some cards?
Yeah. You've got, I want to say, 30 slave rowers, 6 guards, the 2 guys at either end that kind of own the area, 4 passengers plus you, and then a bunch of supplies.
Okay, so to each one of the guards, I'm just gonna head over. Are they sitting in a group?
2 in the front, 2 in the back.
Okay, I'm going to the two closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna hand them over gold to share and say, if that guy attacks me, help me, please.
They nod and accept the gold.
Right, and I'm gonna remove that from my inventory. No, yeah. And then I'm just gonna sit back to the priest and wait till he's done puking, see if he responds again.
He comes back, but is a little bit delirious. He keeps mumbling something about like, "Oh God, I need something to clear my mind. Ale, where's my ale? Oh, God, my ale's gone."
Yes.
Um,
And when
he doesn't.
when he starts mumbling about his ill being gone, I said, "It's the elementals, the elementals," and then echoey sounds, "Elementals, elementals."
All right, let's see if you pissed him off enough to make him fight you. I'm pretty sure that is it. Let's double check. 16. What is your charisma?
8
What's your reaction adjust?
and 0.
0. All right, he is threatening you at this point. He gets to his feet, kind of wobbling a little bit, puts his hand on a box about waist high to help stabilize himself, and says, "You little gnome, if you don't stop patronizing me and stop speaking ill of the true gods of the land, I will throw you overboard and sink you like a rock."
Human bodies don't sink like a rock. Humanoid bodies. We should know that.
"I'll make you sink. I will invoke the powers of the fire element, the water elementals, and they will sink you like a rock. And the earth elementals, they'll sink you like a rock."
And then I say, "Try me." Just shaking
Okay.
heads. So try me.
He aims a kick for you. Why don't we roll initiative? You can see if you can react before his kick comes.
Okay, is that plus dexterity?
D10 minus your missile hit adjust from your dexterity plus your weapon speed or whatever it is that you're trying to do.
I'm going, of course, going to grab my weapon after he's starting to kick me. So let's see. Should I set at the speed on my scimitar then?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have any reaction adjust, so that's plus 5. 7.
Okay. What did I roll for him? He winds his foot back to take a kick. You go before him though. You're just a little faster.
Okay, can I grab my sword and stab his other leg that's on the ground?
Sure. Make me a roll to hit.
That is just only 20. Just a d20, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I have any adjustment to that? My strength, maybe.
You're a fighter. Are you specialized with the weapon? I know we're not doing weapon proficiencies, but fighters can still specialize.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We'll
Uh,
choose then if you are what weapon you're specialized with, if any.
the scimitar.
Okay. So +1 to hit, +2 to damage.
Okay. Then that's it. 12.
12. That is enough to hit the priest.
Alright, my damage is R1d8 plus 2 then. Wow.
Well, it's not a lot. It's not enough to kill him, but it cuts deeply into him. He lets out a yell as he kicks you. Technically speaking, he's making an unarmed attack against you, so you get an attack of opportunity against his incoming leg at +4 if you want to take it.
Of course, I want to take it. So, do I get my weapon bonus from it as well? So that's +5.
Yeah.
That's be good.
That's still a hit. He's got
Oh.
no armor on whatsoever.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's plus. Do I get any extra damage for that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just a bonus to hit.
9 damage.
Holy crap. So he goes to kick you, you slash him once, his foot comes towards you, and you just bring your scimitar against his leg as it comes. You hack off his foot before it hits you. It tumbles to the ground. He lets out a horrible, bloodthirsty scream as he topples to the ground. And pretty quickly, the guards in the back of the boat, the ones closest to you, descend on the scene, going, "Holy shit, what did you do? You cut off his foot! What the hell are you doing?" They separate you from him. He is unconscious. Blood is flowing everywhere. One of the guards tries to patch his wounds, but he's literally lost his foot. The bleeding can't be stopped by that guard. Another guard goes to try. He can't do it either. The two of them can't stop the blood. The guy in the back of the ship, hold on, this is the third round. How long will this take? No. Eventually, he bleeds to death on the boat, but it takes a few minutes. One of the guards pulls you aside. Well, doesn't pull. He puts his hand on his weapon, but he doesn't draw. And he goes, "Look, we'd be happy to intervene and protect you, but you chopped off his foot. He's bleeding to death. Rowers, keep rowing, keep rowing. What? This is insane."
He wants to kick me. I don't like being kicked.
And so you chopped his foot off?
Well, yes. You're saying that? You see it right here? Do you see a foot? No, it's chopped off.
Well, I know you chopped off the foot. I'm just incredulous that you would mete out a kicking with a sword cutting. Give me one good reason why we shouldn't arrest you here and pass you over to the authorities when we get to the bridge.
I take off my hat and grab 2 pieces of gold for the 2 guards and say, "Is this good reason?"
The guards exchange looks. The man in the back who owns the ship. 13 on the reaction adjust. On the... You're not threatening them. He's cautious and eyes you slowly. Kind of nods to one of the guards a little bit, And the guard says, double. You just chopped off a
Uh,
person's leg here. We would be well in our rights to cut you to bits.
I grabbed another piece of gold and said, I already give you one. This should be enough.
3 gold. Do they take it? Do they leave it? They take it.
Right.
But he also says, for the remainder of the trip, I'm going to ask to hold on to your scimitar.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to clean it in the water a bit, because otherwise it's gonna stain, and I just hand it over.
Okay. He takes it to the back of the boat and doesn't clean it. He just sets it down next to him. And they keep a pretty close eye on you. The other passengers go out of their way to move away from you. And yeah, the slaves don't really do anything, but they weren't doing anything to begin with anyway.
Okay. I'm just gonna continue the trip, sitting there on the bench.
Okay. At the end of the day, you come to the bridge. The priest has died already, and they tossed his body over the boat and just into the river.
Okay. Could I have taken his holy symbol before that?
No, they didn't let you get near his body.
Okay. Okay. I could have tried.
Yeah. No, they kind of. If you got up to go near the body, they kept you away. And when he was clearly dead, someone took his purse, and then they just tossed his body over, and it's floating downriver.
Okay.
Anyway, you get to the bridge eventually. It's this huge stone bridge that crosses this river. The river's pretty wide here. It's like almost a kilometer wide.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And they drop you off on the east side of the river. Bergshire is on the west side. So there's a big bridge that crosses. It's approaching evening. The sun is going down. The slaves are exhausted. The boat ties up to a little dock.
Do I get my scimitar back?
They give you your scimitar back.
Okay. The first thing I do is wipe it off with just a piece of cloth I can find around.
Sure. You wipe it down, put it back. It's all taken care of. The people unload, the goods unload, and yeah, there's a small inn at the top of the hill if you'd like to stay there for the night.
There was one on the west side too, right?
That's what they said.
Okay, so I walk over the bridge first, just to be a little bit closer the next day.
Sure. You arrive at the next place. The sun is down by the time that you get there. And it's a pretty typical roadside inn. Not a lot of activity, not a lot of drunken behavior. There is a traveling bard who's wandered through this area and is hanging out, playing for people. The inn is big enough to accommodate like 40 or 50 people in the common room, but there's only 10 people there, plus the innkeeper and the bard.
All right, so the bard there, what kind of instrument does he play?
He's playing a flute.
All right, he's playing the flute, and I'm just walking up to him, going to just sit as close as I can to him, maybe grab a chair, go sit right in front of him, and just look at him while he's playing, with a pitcher of ale again.
Okay. He plays his flute and kind of looks at you, gives you a nod, goes back to playing. When he finishes his song, he puts down the flute and says, can I help you there?
I want to have some company when I go to Bergshire. To see the great, what was his name again?
Desmond.
And he says, and I say, do you want to join me? You might want to meet that Desmond guy.
Yeah, I'm heading that direction anyway.
Good.
He kind of furrows his brow at you and goes, you're going to have to keep a quick pace, though. I've got a bit of a longer stride than you.
Yeah. Is that just possible for me, just to run a bit faster?
Yeah, you can force march yourself. It'll kind of wear you out a little bit, but you can do it.
Alright. So I just agree to that and say, tomorrow morning when the sun rises, we'll leave. Is that right?
Sure, sure.
All right. And then I just get a room
Nice. Okay.
without food this time.
So you could go 18 miles in a day if you force march.
All right.
However, instead of 12 miles a day, you can go 18 a day. At the end of each day of march, the creature must roll a Constitution check. So at the end of the day, you roll a con check. If you fail, you just can't keep that pace up until you've had a day of rest. You can keep walking at your normal pace, but you just can't keep going at the forced marching pace.
Should
And
be
you get a
alright for that.
penalty of 1 for every day that you've been marching.
Should be fine.
Let's see, and also if you haven't rested since your last forced march, you get a penalty of 1 to all attack rolls. For each day of forced march. So if you force march for 8 days, you get a -8 to your attack rolls, but that would mean you'd be exhausted after 8 days of forced marching.
Okay, but does a long rest just count as a rest and reset stats, or?
No, you would need a half day of rest
Okay.
to reset the forced march. So it's Bergshire is roughly 34 miles away. So it's going to take you guys 2.5 days to get there. So you'll need 2 con checks. First at nothing at normal, and the next at -1. On the first day, no penalties to combat. Second day, -1 penalties to combat. Third day, which is only a half day, -2 penalties to combat.
Is there any possibility to get a pony, something like that?
Yes, you can buy a donkey for, I believe, 8 gold. And then you would just walk at a normal pace. And it would only take you guys 2 days to get there.
Right.
Donkey. Donkey is 8 gold.
Okay, I guess for the donkey. I can use that more than once, so
Alright.
at least that's what we hope.
Cool. Night comes and goes. The next morning, the bard is downstairs waiting for you when you get out. And you guys head off to Bergshire.
Yes, get my brand new spanking donkey, and let's go.
So we need one of these. 49 and 35. 49 and 35. 49. Okay. So the first day of hiking, well, you're not even hiking, you're riding your donkey. The first day of traveling is pretty uneventful for the most of it. You wander along this road, you cross over a smaller river, you continue along the road for a little ways, but as the night falls, I'm surprised. No. You guys come across a small pack of kobolds. It looks like 6 of them in the road standing over a dead body. The body has well, I guess they're kind of scattered about a little bit. They're playing with a dead body. It's got traveling robes. It has a traveling cloak, leather armor, no weapons that you can see. But the kobolds are wielding these long, pointy knives. One of them has a short sword, and one of them has a spear, like a crappy wooden stone spear.
Okay, can I have they seen us?
The what?
Have they seen us?
No.
Yet?
No, you guys come around a corner. You're the first to spot them. The bard goes, "Shh, kobolds, get away. Let's get out of here."
Can we just? Is there a way to circle around them?
They're in the middle of the road, so you could trudge through the forest, but it's pretty thick underbrush around here. If you were to go off-road, it would be loud.
Is there any road with less than 25? I mean, any 2 trees with less than 25 feet between them?
Yes, many.
Okay, on the road.
Oh, yes, many.
Okay, so I want to take my rope and without the kobolds noticing, and tie it between 2 trees, so it's like a tripwire.
Okay. You can do this. I take it you do it out of sight of kobolds.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I assume my donkey can jump over it, right?
Kobolds are about your height, maybe Yeah, they're actually just about your height, maybe a little bit taller than you.
Yeah.
So you can put it at waist height for you. I mean, if it's low enough that they'll trip over it, then it's low enough that they can jump over it if
Yeah,
they
but I
see
mean,
it.
can my donkey jump over
Oh,
it?
your donkey. I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so I just put it a little bit higher so my donkey can still jump over it, but they have harder time jumping
hmm
over the kobolds.
hmm
And I said to the bard, "Does he have a weapon?"
He has a dagger.
I say, "Take your dagger, stand here, just like 10 meters behind the rope." Then I go on my donkey, and I go a little bit closer to the kobolds and just scream to them.
All right,
And once they notice,
you scream at the kobolds.
"Hey, hey, you kobolds! You ugly mother suckers!"
They turn to you. They jabber back and forth for just a moment, and then their faces get these really big, broad smiles, and they rush at you.
Okay, once they rush at me, I want to take my donkey and gallop over the tripwire behind there.
Okay. Let's roll initiative as you turn your donkey around and start galloping.
Mm. It's a
Uh,
D10.
a D10, not a D20.
Yeah.
12. Okay. The kobolds are surprisingly fast. You turn around your donkey and start heading back with it, but the kobolds are a little bit faster than you.
Mm.
The one with the wooden spear hurls it at you, but it goes far. I mean, the stone spear, it goes way over your shoulder and off.
Mm-hmm.
The four others approach. What is your armor class?
Let's take a look. It's 14.
14. Miss, 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 and hit. The kobold with the short sword reaches up to your, stabs you in the leg with
Mm.
the short sword, doing 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And then
Hurts.
it's
Hurts.
your turn.
It's my turn. So one of the kobolds has no weapon now because he has thrown his spear, right?
Correct.
Is it close to the bard?
The spear?
Yeah.
No.
Mm. Well, if I run over the tripwire with my donkey, would I be close enough to grab it?
It went over your head off the path into the
Okay.
brush.
So I just run back to. Can I run and attack in the same turn?
Sure, you can make attack with your sword and then run with your donkey.
Right.
What was your
Okay. So
secondary skill that you picked?
gambling.
Okay.
There's no point here.
Um, yeah, make an attack.
Make an attack. So yeah, I just take the one that stabbed me, stab him back, or at least try to. Do I have any bonuses because I'm mounted?
+1 for high ground.
Okay, so that would be +2 because of specialization. 18.
Whap! You crit the donkey. No, not no. You don't crit. I'm sorry. You hit the kobold. Give me a damage roll.
9 damage.
More than enough. You sever the kobold's arm and hack into his chest. He
Okay.
screams and dies in horror and pain as the donkey rides off. The kobolds get attacks of opportunity on the donkey because they are right next to it. 2 hits. So the kobolds stab at the donkey with their long knives.
Mm.
Your donkey takes 6 points of damage. Please roll me donkey HP. I believe it is 2d8, but it might be 3d8. So why don't you roll 3d8, and then we'll just exclude the last roll if it comes to it.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, so your donkey has 10 HP, maybe 17. So he definitely lives through this attack, but he is spooked as crap. You are not a horseback rider. You're not really familiar with this sort of thing. So I need you to make me
Dexterity.
a willpower check to see if you can keep the donkey.
Willpower, you mean wisdom then?
Yes, wisdom.
Okay. That is 4, so that's gonna be great. No, it's not. It's not great.
Not
It's 10.
great. The donkey bolts and just charges down the path in terror and fear, having been stabbed by these little monsters. It sees the rope clearly, leaps the rope, and just down the road.
Mm.
The bard you pass as you come around the corner shouts at you, "Where are you going?"
I don't know.
Next round initiative. Oh no, the bard goes at the end of the round. Okay, he turns and runs after the donkey.
All right. Okay, and
Um,
then with the next round, right?
yeah, next round. But you guys are way faster than the kobolds, and they don't have any ranged weapons, so you guys just outpace them. There's nothing they can do to catch up to you unless you stop.
Right. Well, I don't think I can get control to stop him, so just wait till the donkey stops, and then for the bard to catch up to me.
Yeah. It takes a surprising amount of time for the donkey to calm down, like 10 minutes. But
Mm.
eventually it slows. It's a little bit panicked. It's a little hard to control. It takes you guys another 5 or 6 minutes to reorganize and for you to get the donkey back on the road in the right
Yeah.
way. Um, and by the time you get back to where the rope is gone and the body is gone. The body's not gone. The body is in place, but it has been stripped naked.
Of the kobold?
Yeah, no, the body of the human that was in the road. The
Oh,
the
and the
kobold that
kobolds
you
also.
killed is gone.
Huh. Okay, so there's nothing on the human.
No, he's completely naked.
All right, so let's dig him a grave next to the road, or at least we'll lay him next to the road. Put some kind of gravestone next to him. Maybe just a wooden plank with the symbol of Esther with into it,
Huh.
carved into it, and then just put it next to the road, next to his head, and then just carry on. Because we don't have time to dig a hole when there's kobolds around.
Right. Cool. Let's see. The next day is pretty. 15... Nope. The next 2 days are uneventful, and eventually you reach Bergshire. You can recover 1 HP over the course of traveling on the donkey.
Right, so I'm back to
Um,
5.
but you arrive at Bergshire. It
I
is
arrive at Berkshire.
a wonderful little town. It actually has quite a mixing of races. You see dwarves, halflings, you see a couple of gnomes, you see a few half elves. You even see one elf walking around amongst all the
Hmm.
humans. There's some half orcs and some other weird monstrous hybrids cruising about. There seems to be a waffle sale going on.
Cool, cool. It's like the San Francisco of D&D.
I haven't thought of the town that way before, but perhaps.
All right, so how much are the waffles?
2 copper, no, 1 silver a waffle. They're expensive waffles.
Hmm. Do they have any waffles that didn't go that well and are cheaper?
No, no, they only make the best waffles here.
Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna buy one waffle, and the bard can buy his own waffle.
Hmm.
And then I ask the vendor if he knows where Desmond lives.
Of course, of course. He lives at the bar down the road called Shenanigans.
Mm-hmm. That bar. Okay.
Yeah, that bar.
All right. So is the waffle worth its money?
Roll me a grub skill subsidiary score. So 3d6 for your grub skill.
3d6.
Yeah, your grub skill defines how much you enjoy food. 10. Okay, so now roll me a grub skill check, a d20 plus 10.
I never heard of grub. Is that
Oh, it's a custom stat that we play with. You know,
it's terrible.
it's you've never had a waffle before, and they have this weird jam on it, and this
Yeah.
like powdered sugar on it, and it's too sweet. It's you, yeah,
Even for gnome. Maybe for halflings good, but not for gnome.
yeah. As you reject the waffle, they are taken aback and go, "Oh, what are you doing? Who doesn't like waffles?"
Uh, wow. Uh, I don't.
There's surprise, and a small crowd gathers to discuss a no. You know, he doesn't like waffles. What does this mean? And there's a discussion about it that goes on. You don't have to be present for it. And it doesn't actually
Mm.
tend to include you. It's other people talking theory of why you may or may not like waffles.
Okay, because I probably didn't finish the whole waffle,
Yeah.
so I give the remains to the bard if he wants to.
He loves it. He munches on it.
And then I just head to Desmond to the
Sure.
Shenanigans bar, and I just rope up my donkey,
Yeah.
walk in, and look for beautiful, beautiful hero Desmond.
Shenanigans is busy. It is packed with a great multicultural, multiracial group of people. Half orcs are all over the place. The cook is actually an orc, like a full-blooded orc. There's humans and elves and all the wonderful things that you encounter in a strange place like this. You see the guy who must be Desmond standing behind the bar polishing a glass. He makes eye contact with you as you enter and gives you a polite nod.
So he sees me in between all the people on such a low level.
Yeah.
Good,
He's
good.
positioned fairly near the bar. You know, he likes to make eye contact with people as they come in.
Right, so I head over to the bar and ask, so you are Desmond from the stories?
I am.
Mm-hmm.
And who are
Alright.
you?
I am... God damn it, I don't remember my name. Finkel Overspark. Maybe a
Well,
hero, maybe a hero in the future.
well, it's fantastic to meet you. What can I do for you? Would you like some food, some drink? Like to hear some stories?
Why not all of them?
All right. He sets you up with some food or drink, and as he's making food for other people and passing out drinks for other people, he tells you a story of the time he fought two basilisks, not just two basilisks, but two greater basilisks, and how he managed to avoid their eye contact by blindfolding himself and listening to where they moved and swinging his sword around and yada yada yada. It sounds like maybe it's a little embellished. You know,
Yeah.
it's a little bit maybe too lucky that he was able to all this stuff. I mean, if he is this great legendary hero, maybe he actually did do it. But hearing it from him himself, it sounds a little done up.
Alright. So just not say, that's great. And just eat food. Is this food better than than the waffle?
Probably. Give me another grub skill check. You may not be interested in this foreign food.
Yeah. This one.
Oh
Oh
yeah,
no.
no, this is good. Borscht Thunderbowls makes the best food.
Good, good. Is Desmond a human?
Desmond is a human.
Alright. So I ask him, you are human and you could do this. Did you have any help? Maybe from a gnome?
Well, I have magic sword and magic armor. I did travel with a gnome for a little while, an illusionist actually. Quite the peculiar character.
Right.
He had a
So he's...
habit of making walls appear all over the place. Really confusing.
Interesting. Interesting. So, do you still have your magic swords?
I do, but they are not for sale.
Of course, of course. Is it the big one? Is it the big sword? Is it the big sword? Is it like a long sword or is it a short sword? Scimitar? Is it like my size?
Well,
Is it like...
my favorite one is my long sword. I have a couple of others. I got a short sword and I've got a scimitar. Prized possessions.
Right. And I just keep on talking and talking. Just talking with him about his adventures,
Okay.
looking up to him. I think we are getting to the end of
We are getting to the end, just about. So this could be the end here, unless there's something else in particular you'd like to do.
No. No, I'm just talking to him, looking up to him. This was what my journey's goal was. To seek out the hero.
Yeah, he chats with you a little bit. He serves other people some food in the meantime and occasionally stops to chat and get some things done. But he's fairly attentive when you ask for stories. A few other people join you and listen in, and it goes pretty well.
And in the end, just get a tavern.
Yeah, okay. Wow, you didn't die. Look at that.
And even I killed something. Wow.
Yeah.
2 people even. Well,
Oh.
kobolds are not people, but...
Well, 2
2
things.
creatures.
Yeah.
because that priest was such a beast.
Cool. So I think that just about does it. Um, hmm. Is there anything else you would like to say to make your case, or to say to people who are watching, or whatever, or anything that you would like to plug of your own?
What I like to plug? No, not really. And first of all, I'm gonna let Scat in again because he's bothering me at the window. And after that, I'm just gonna say, well, thank you for having me. That's all. Yeah, I don't have anything to plug for myself. I'm not a streamer or YouTuber like Somar.
Oh,
But I'm just happy to be here. It was fun.
cool. Well, thank you for being here. I hope we get to see you again in the future. I enjoyed your particular style of play with a lot of attention to little details and tipping people and bribing people. Well
Yeah.
done. So that's it for Hardcore Heroes editions for today. We have 3 coming up tomorrow. It's tomorrow my time, depending on your time zones. You might even have 1 or 2 of them today. I don't know. And I think we're going to do a 24-hour stream starting in, what was that, 10, 11, 12, 13. In like 14 hours, we're going to do like 24-hour stream or something like that. That's it for now. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye, everyone.